We're here at Agile India 2017 with PB. He's working with the Agile Enterprise Transformation at Optus. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yep.
We were just talking about some of the challenges of influencing stakeholders in organizations that may not be very familiar with Agile. They're maybe not from the development background, and they have different interests and needs. And some of the things that you found are useful techniques in influencing people.
I think in my role, where I'm looking at how do you really influence stakeholders, and I talk about the concept of selling agile. And it's what I've found in the last, you know, couple of years in this organization that I was before the organizations I was in was a lot of people don't talk about why they want to do agile and what agile means for them as individuals. They have either a very top-down lens. Some one on top saw agile being done someplace and they think it's the next best thing since sliced bread, and they all want to go agile. And I guess where I'm at, and that's what I loved in this sessions today and yesterday and the day before, was looking at things like vision, value, looking at things like prioritizing things apart from not a software point of view, but why do you do it? There was a session on Monday that Todd and Ken ran about, that's the one that you guys did, the Marco Polo prioritization, right?
Yes.
So it helps influence stakeholders at a very senior level, going, well, why do you want to do this? What's your cost of delay? Why do you want to bring in commitment? So I enjoyed that session a lot because that's exactly what I do. And they have this fake timeline lens of getting something out there, which doesn't really exist, as we all know. So that's what I loved in the sessions this week.
Yeah, and for, I have a development background. I think you said you have a development background, and what resonated with me with Agile is going to be very different than what's going to be meaningful to an executive.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what have you found has resonated when you've been influencing people in those positions?
You've got to put yourself in their shoes. Like, you really have to think about why they're doing this and what's the value for them. And a lot of times I've had conversations where they go, it's about the customer, it's about the customer. I'm going, hang on, what is in it for you? Like, seriously, dude, what is in it for you to change the way you've been doing things for a long time, call it waterfall or whatever, to a new way of thinking? And that stumps them. And they go, oh, hang on, I need to think about this. And I'm like, okay, let's have a think about it. And I guess my key learning from this week has been you've got to make it personal. Like modern agile, for example, Alistair Coburn talking about the heart of agile. Why are we now seeing, I would almost say, going back to basics? Because if you look at the last 10 odd years of practitioners in the space, I personally feel that we've done ourselves a disservice by talking more about stuff that's not the four principles, right? So if you think of it,
What's the first value? It's individuals and interactions over
Interactions,
processes
that's it.
and tools. Yet we spend so much
Exactly.
time talking about
Exactly.
processes and tools.
And what I enjoy in my role, and that's what I've been talking to people over here, is it's a whole bunch of skill sets, right? Like you have an agile coach, you have an agile delivery person. We've gone off and made all these as functional titles and job titles, and so I'm looking at these as skill sets and going, I want to do an enterprise transformation of a certain scale. So what I was able to share today was a transformation playbook saying, Chris, you're a developer. That's cool. What can you do in your role today to start influencing and transforming your organization and identifying key stakeholders that you can engage with, And that's really, like, I love the concept of empowering change agents.
Yeah,
And I think
that
we've
flips
missed
it
that.
on its head for me a little bit, thinking about as a developer, part of my job is to transform the organization. That's not usually how we think of it.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a little scary.
And you have to wait till you get like this guy or girl who comes from outside who's an agile coach,
Yeah.
and she's
Yep,
certified and everything, and to come and tell you, hang on, why do I need to do stand-ups? Right? I'm probably the best developer in this planet, and I'm not being asked by an external guy. So, individuals, interactions, process and tools. So I guess to answer your question, I think we've got to take a view of what's really pragmatic. Why is it applicable? We have a lot of what I would say is theorists and academics, but it's really applying it that, like, I enjoyed those sessions this week.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the conference a lot. It sounds like you have, and we've got a few more days left in the conference. So thanks for chatting with me today. It's
Thank
been
you.
really great.
Thanks, you.
And enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Okay.